Namaskar. Today we are going to discuss in this video something not hardcore academics but something which is important in day-to-day life, and that too of a huge section of the population. But as usual, first we will start with a prayer. Topic which I have kept titled it as Menopause or Touchstone. But what's a touchstone? It has magical powers. It is believed that these touchstones, if they touch any iron, it converts it into gold. And that is basically, that idea is being used in this lecture to convey a message to you that you can use menopause as a touchstone to convert your life into a much more fulfilled and much more positive life. Let me take you to that beautiful world as to how to do it.
चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले जहां गम भी न हो आंसू भी न हो बस प्यार ही प्यार पले चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले जहाँ गम भी न हो आंसू भी न हो बस प्यार ही प्यार फले एक ऐसे गगन के तले.
Let us learn from sisters who perform miracles at the age of menopause. Let me introduce the first such powerful lady. Her name is Premlata Agrawal. She is that lady. She is a native of Darjeeling, West Bengal. Her father, Ramavatar Gar, is a businessman. She currently works as an officer in Tata Steel and lives in Jamshedpur city. She is married to a senior journalist, Vimal Agrawal. The couple has 2 daughters, one of whom is married. Nothing unusual so far. Many of us who are in this age group has this type of history. But what is extraordinary comes now. On 17th of May 2010, at the age of 48, post-menopause, she became the oldest Indian woman to scale the world's highest peak, Mount Everest, 29,032 feet. This is where she scaled. She spent more than a month climbing around the Everest base camp to acclimatize herself and also practice climbing on a 20,300 foot island peak in the Himalayas. All in 2011. Sorry, I said 2010 earlier. An hour before reaching the summit, she lost one of her gloves and decided to turn back because it is impossible to climb at such a height without gloves, and your fingers and hands need to be protected from cold. It was then that she saw, when she was just about to return, she saw gloves lying in the snow which someone had left behind. And the rest is the result which you can see in this picture. Premlata Agarwal was born in 1963. She must be around 62 years currently. She is the first Indian woman to summit the world's 7 highest peaks. She was awarded the Padma Shri by the Government of India in 2013 and Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award in 2017 for her achievements in mountaineering. The 2 big awards and honors. Menopause indeed became a touchstone for her and completely transformed her life. 2 great ladies, great Indians, and their brush with menopause. Let us see. Mrs. Indira Gandhi, in her autobiography, has extensively discussed the difficulties she encountered during menopause and how she overcame them with the help of yoga. And then we had the late Lata Mangeshkar, who enchanted thousands of souls with her dedicated work till the end of her life, deep into the menopause. Friends, what I want to convey is how others see you is not important. How you see yourself is everything. And that is where what matters is how you view menopause. Is it an end of a book for you or the beginning of a new chapter? Depends on you. And what type of chapter? A wonderful chapter. If this is the end of the book, you probably have many complaints about perimenopausal and menopausal phase of your life, ranging from hot flushes to depression. On the other hand, many women feel that menopause means liberation, freedom, freedom from the responsibility of caring for children, freedom from pregnancy, freedom from facing the discomfort and hassle of household responsibilities. If you decide to do it, you can do it. So decide. If she decides, the modern menopausal woman whom I am talking of can recognize her changing roles now, adapt to them, use her wisdom, provide a civilized education, and become light-hearted by handing over the responsibilities gracefully to the next generation. It completely depends on your attitude. If you want to start a new and wonderful chapter in your life, then all those hot flushes which you are complaining of will get converted into power surges. And the energy you get from them will keep you miles away from depression. Menopause, instead of just being the end of your reproductive capacity, will open up thousands of other ways for you to be productive. It all depends on how you view menopause. It completely depends on your positive attitude. And see this next video where how this gentleman, his intense positivity has brought about such a miracle. He has no arms, no legs.
Nick Vujicic was born with no legs and no arms.
I'm going out on a limb. What do you want?
But he's sure got plenty of guts.
This is scary right here, mate. Hey. Nice, mate. Thank you very much.
It's all about positive attitude. You have seen in the video. It is very individual. Depends on a person's family history, nutrition, general health, living conditions, and many other factors. But most important, it depends on her. Large-scale research has shown that women who had more positive attitudes toward menopause were less concerned about changes in their bodies or a fear of looking senior or older. Instead of increasing your fear, rather than experiencing that something bad is happening in your life, you can have this attitude. Now you have time for yourself. Between higher education, marriage, career, and children, a middle-aged woman is constantly tired. And then comes menopause, a time to rest and sit back, a time for herself. But instead, what happens in many? You get afraid. This is the time to do all the activities that you wanted to do all your life, but couldn't do because of so many responsibilities you had. Now is the time. When the time has come, at that time, don't get afraid. Go and embrace it. Learning and doing art, reading, writing, traveling, dancing. I know of two of my classmates. They always wanted to cycle. And now they go on cycling in the early morning every day enjoying. Whatever you wanted to do but couldn't do, now is the time to do it. Just as this lady has done it. Reducing the generation gap. As India gets younger, menopausal women may seem unattractive or undesirable to younger people. Trying to understand these rapidly changing trends can be difficult and unpleasant for many menopausal women. This then brings up the generation gap and constant fighting and bickering and disgust. However, grandparents and grandchildren have some of the best and most loving relationships. Many grandmothers enjoy managing a new baby and are great helpers in families with working couples. The children are working. Grandparents and grandchildren, especially grandmothers and grandchildren, become great friends. Therefore, let me share one lightheartedly a joke that grandparents and grandchildren are great friends. Why? Because they have a common enemy. Keep guessing. We come to the next one. And that is, probably might make you a little uncomfortable, but is something related to sexuality. Although hot flushes and night sweats are caused by a drop in estrogen, because of less estrogen to mask the effects of testosterone, some women may experience an increase in libido, increase in sexual drive. There is nothing wrong in this. This is absolutely normal. This is more important because there is no risk of pregnancy now. Instead of having any doubts about sexual activity after a certain age, in fact, many women make the most of this time now. Let them fly. Emotionally, perimenopause is often a time of major life changes, including the so-called empty nest syndrome and midlife career challenges. The anxiety of dealing with these changes can cause and exacerbate menopausal symptoms in women. When the little birds leave their parents' nest to find their own food, build their own nest and find their new mates, I am sure there must be joy and pride in the mother bird's chest. Let your youth also fly free. जाओ, मैं देखती हूं घर पे, जाओ तो. Similarly, children leaving home should be seen as greatest achievement for parents. That was your dharma. That was your duty. And you have executed your duties so well that today your youth children are flying free. It demonstrates your excellent parenting and support that has helped the child move on to the better opportunities and higher goals. This next item is also very important in menopause to make it a touchstone. Physical exercises. Improving physical strength through exercises is also very important. If you cannot improve, at least maintain your physical strength, and for that, remember, muscles are given by nature not for resting and relaxing and wasting them. They get wasted. You must have seen when in your family, if someone was given a plaster cast because of fracture or whatever reason, the muscles below, they get thinned out. They get wasted. Why? Because they are not used. That is the reason. One of the main reasons why you start exercises after your limb has been demobilized or unmobilized. After this immobilization, it takes time and physiotherapy to build the muscles. Menopause is a state where you are aging and therefore your muscles are going to age. They are going to wear out. But if you continue to use them, you can surely not only be very comfortable, healthy, but also delay the aging process of your muscles. Let us see the next point to make your menopause a touchstone. Are you doing like this? Don't tell me. You have not to tell me. Just look at yourself in the mirror and see what you find. If a woman is not skilled in the art of adopting a positive attitude, then what happens? From time to time, she experiences anger, irritation, disagreement, and sadness. And when a woman suffers from such a pain, she cannot keep this pain limited to herself. She keeps sharing it with others as well. The atmosphere around a suffering woman is filled with anger and tension, and I have seen it in some families. Thankfully, never in mine, but I have seen it. This is the picture in these families where you are bellowing away your anger and see the effect on your family. Everyone who comes in contact with her also gets irritated, especially her close family members who are first on the firing line. Surely, this is not the right way to live. Everyone seeks peace and harmony. There is no alternative to being positive. This is the time you will have to be positive. Even if you have been negative all throughout your life, this is the time to be positive, positively positive, and get this as the result. And now let me come to the last wonderful example. Let us meet Urmila Asha, who was popular as Gujjuben. She is that lady, Urmila Ben Jamnadas Asha. Popular for Gujjuben's nashtas or savories. Nashta means savories. A 77-year-old grandmother, obviously post-menopausal, started an entrepreneurial journey to support her grandson, Harsh Asa. She is a symbol of courage, joy, and late blooming of dreams, as one publication described her. Let us take a look. The bird's eye view of her inspiring journey after menopause. The first tragedy in her life occurred when her daughter was just 2.5 years old. She accidentally fell from a building and died. Later, she lost both her sons at the age of 67. When she was 67, she lost her sons, must be quite young. Her eldest son died of brain tumor and the younger one died of heart failure. And at the age of 77, Urmila Ben embarked on an adventurous entrepreneurial journey for her grandson, Harsh. What had happened was Harsh had an accident, and that left him with a split lip, and he also lost his job. Harsh came up with the idea of using his grandmother for her culinary skills, and Urmila Ben energetically supported. In an interview with the Better India, Urmila Ben gave an example of how she had dealt with Harsh's grief. I told him, she says, that he had only lost his upper lip and his business or job, but I had lost 3 children and was still going strong. I assured him that I would give him all my support. Earlier, Urmila Ben's business was limited to a very small area, making pickles, which were of course very popular, but the business would close off after the pickle season ended. However, when Harsh asked his grandmother if she could make Gujarati snacks and savories in large quantities, she immediately agreed. Come on, she said. They started selling 500 kilograms of pickles and added other Gujarati dishes to their kitchen, such as theplas, doklas, puranpolis, halwa, sabudana khichdi, farali patties, and many more. All are known all over the country as Gujarati snacks or savories. Urmila Asher, popularly known as Gujjuben, rose to fame with her mouth-watering Gujarati snack business, Gujjubenna Nasta. Working 80 hours a week, she earned 3 lakh rupees a month. On April 7, 2025, popular grandmother Urmilaben Asher passed away at the age of 79 after suffering a heart attack. Urmila Jamnadas Asher proved to the world that life is not easy, and despite all the difficulties, one needs to move forward, supporting the one they love, including your own self. Age has no limit. Menopause is not the end. In fact, it may be a beautiful beginning. Life is sacred. Let us celebrate life. Take care of others and share what you have with those less fortunate than you. Expand your horizons. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Expand your horizons, because now the whole world is yours. You have no limitations. You can dance.
है ये वक्त का इशारा, हर लम्हा पुकारा.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.